Good day. Some of you guys have called Sutter Equipment and asking about the high idle fluctuation after your dozer's been sitting for about a year. The dozer, if it sits for more than a year or 6 months, it's going to cause sludgeage in the fuel tank. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to flush out the full fuel system, fuel filters, all new lines, and there's one more filter that you need to clean out, which I'm going to show you today. So on the Mitsubishi engine in the Sutter 500 dozer, you should have a Zextel fuel pump. Now we have one here on the bench. In our previous videos, we have talked about changing this magnetic solenoid out, and it shows you the stuff rags back here and back over here. Pull this out, change it. That's for that shutting it off, and it just keeps spitting, sputtering, trying to run. That is that solenoid. But today we are going after the little filter in the bottom of this. And in the dozer, I'll try to add some more pictures to it to show you what I'm talking about. So right now, 17 millimeter. If it's in the dozer, use a socket with a long extension on it. It seems to work a little bit better. So once you get that loose, make damn sure you put rags in behind here to where this piece, there's a washer and a couple fitting in here that will slide out. You don't want it to slide out, so you'll want to make sure that you stuff rags here and back over here when you're in the dozer to where it will keep it nice and straight. Once you get this banjo fitting off, it'll come with a washer on it. Do not lose the washer. Do not drop it in there. The next thing you're going to need, and if you're doing it in a dozer, make sure that your fuel tank is shut off and no fuel's coming out. Now in here, if you take a pencil magnet, there's a small spring in here that should come out. And it's not coming out. But in the dozer, this is not working the way I want to. I apologize. There is a little spring in here. There he is. So you're going to remove the spring. Be very careful so it doesn't drop inside the dozer. It'll cause all sorts of problems. So that being said, a number 2 pencil seems to work. If you get in there and you press down and give it a twist a little bit, that filter should come out. As you see on this one, it is filthy. Here at Sutter Equipment, we use the ZEP ID Red. Make sure that all the connections around this base is all sprayed off, aired off. No dirt and particles can get back in there. So when you go back together with it, you're just going to be very careful drop your filter back in to the base. Make sure that it seats all the way down. Put your spring back in. Sorry about the inconvenience here. So once your spring's back in, and set it down in the hole where it needs to be. Line up your nut or your bolt. Make sure that nothing has slidden out beyond this. Watch the washer that's very down in here. Make sure your washer's still on there. Snug it all the way down. Turn your fuel back on to your tank, and make sure that your new fuel filter, new fuel lines, 5/16 fuel lines, make sure that all that's blown out. You may have to go in after the tank and clean the access hole and clean that whole tank out. We found that out with a dozer that has been sitting for over a year, that the diesel had no additives in it and it sludged really bad. Now, we also have two products that we recommend. One is the VP Matadditive Diesel All-in-One Fuel Conditioner. That seems to work really nice. Or the Power Service Clear Diesel. So with that being said, if there's anything you guys need, please don't hesitate to call Sutter Equipment. Ask for Wade and Service, and I'll give you a hand when I can. All right, hope everything's well.